It's a packed pool party. Music, laughing, splashing everywhere. Nobody notices the kid near the latter, who's gone strangely still. That stillness isn't calm. It's the single most dangerous moment in that entire pool, and almost no one there would recognize it. Movies taught us drowning is loud. Thrashing, splashing, someone screaming for help. Real drowning breaks almost every one of those rules. Tonight, what drowning actually looks like. The 20 to 60-second window you have to catch it, and exactly what to do the moment you spot it. Here's the biology. When your airway is threatened, your brain overrides everything else. One single goal takes over completely. Get the mouth above water and breathe. That override is called the instinctive drowning response. It is not a choice, and it looks nothing like someone asking for help. The arms press down and out on the surface of the water, like pushing down on an invisible ladder, because that motion is what keeps the mouth up for one more breath. Because both arms are locked into that motion, a drowning person physically cannot wave, grab a rope, or even lift a hand to signal for help. And because the body is spending everything it has on breathing, the vocal cords never get the air they need to make a sound. No yelling, no screaming, silence. Sign 1. The body goes vertical in the water, like standing on an invisible ladder, instead of horizontal, like a swimmer. Sign 2. The head tilts back. The mouth dips below the surface and pops back up, over and over. And the legs barely kick at all. Sign 3. The eyes look glassy or empty, unable to focus, sometimes closed. Nothing like the alert panic we expect to see. Sign 4. It can look exactly like calm bobbing or treading water. That is often the whole disguise. And it lasts only 20 to 60 seconds before that person submerges. About 10% of the time, a watching parent misses it completely. The moment you recognize it, do 2 things at once. Shout loudly for help and keep your eyes locked on that person. Do not look away. The rescue rule is reach or throw, don't go. Extend a pole, a noodle, a life ring, or throw a flotation device. Do not jump in yourself unless you're trained. Why the rule exists. Untrained rescuers panic, get pulled under, and become a second victim. Now 2 people need saving instead of 1. Once the person is out of the water, get someone to call for emergency help immediately. Or if you're completely alone, give about 2 minutes of care first, then call. Check breathing right away. If they're not breathing normally, you move straight into rescue breaths, not a wait-and-see approach. Here's the line that matters most. A struggling swimmer can still shout, wave, or grab a thrown rope. A truly drowning person cannot do any of that. If they can still respond to your voice, swim to me, grab this. That's aquatic distress. Serious, but they still have control. The moment a person stops responding to your voice, stops moving toward help, and goes quiet, that's true drowning, and the timeline just collapsed. Past that line, don't wait for a splash or a scream to convince you. Silence and stillness in the water are the actual emergency. Step 1. Get them out using reach or throw. Don't go. Then call or send someone to call emergency services right away. Step 2. Lay them flat, tilt the head back, and check for normal breathing for no more than about 10 seconds. Step 3. If breathing is absent or abnormal, give 2 to 5 rescue breaths first. This is the one big difference from regular CPR. Step 4. Move into chest compressions and breaths in a 30-2 cycle and keep going without stopping until help arrives. Step 5. If an AED is available, use it as soon as you can. Follow its voice prompts and don't stop compressions any longer than the device asks. That 5-step chain, recognize, remove, call, breathe, compress, is what the Red Cross calls the chain of drowning survival. Every link matters. Myth: a drowning person will splash, wave, and scream for help. Reality: real drowning is almost always silent and still. That's the myth that kills. Myth: dry drowning, or secondary drowning, can kill a kid days later out of nowhere. Reality: those aren't real medical conditions. Major health bodies retired the terms years ago. If something's genuinely wrong after a scare in the water, it shows up within about 4 to 8 hours. Persistent coughing, trouble breathing, extreme tiredness. Not silently, days later. Myth: strong swimmers and confident adults don't drown. Reality: alcohol, cold water, sudden medical events, and exhaustion take down experienced swimmers every year. Myth: floaties and armbands mean you can look away. Reality: they're not life-saving devices, and constant, undistracted supervision is the only thing that actually works. Toddlers, ages 1 to 4. Drowning's single biggest age group. Most bathtub drownings happen in minutes, unsupervised, in just inches of water. Teens and young adults. Alcohol is the recurring factor, showing up again and again in lake, river, and boating drowning deaths. Adults 65 and older. The second highest drowning rate of any age group, most often in open water like lakes, rivers, and the ocean, not pools. The common thread across every age group isn't a lack of lifeguards, it's distraction, a phone, a conversation, a moment of looking away. Recap: real drowning is silent, vertical, and fast. 20 to 60 seconds, no waving, no yelling. That stillness is the emergency. When you see it, shout for help, reach or throw, don't go, and start rescue breaths the second breathing stops. Every second saved is a second earned. Prevention beats rescue every time. Undistracted supervision, swim lessons for every age, fenced pools, and no alcohol anywhere near the water. Get our free printable Water Watcher checklist and emergency response card at 1sthour.com. Share this with every parent, lifeguard, and pool owner you know. Subscribe for the next emergency explained in plain English.